Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another perfume review. Marvellous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned, this time, with another perfume review. The fragrance we are reviewing today is Lagerfeld Cologne, or Lagerfeld Classic for the newer bottles. This was released in 1978, and the perfumer is Ron Winograd. This review will follow my tried and trusty technique, where I will tell you the notes, I will tell you which notes I get, and then I will just discuss the perfume. So, the notes, there is a comprehensive note listing, and the notes are bergamot, lemon, tarragon, sage, clary sage, aldehydes. In the mid, it is iris, sandalwood, rose, cedar, jasmine, and tobacco. And in the base, oak moss, vanilla, musk, amber, and tonka bean. The notes I get the most of in this vintage version are aldehydes at the top, iris and tobacco, and then a vanilla, like a musky vanilla tonka bean base. So this was released in 1978, and the little blurb says, in 1978, perfumer Ron Winograd created an oriental woodsy fragrance for prestigious house Karl Lagerfeld, named Lagerfeld Classic. The fragrance opens with aldehydes, bergamot, nutmeg, sweet orange, and estragon. The heart is composed of cedarwood, intense and sweet jasmine, iris, patchouli, rose, sandalwood, and tobacco. The base reveals amber, oak, musk, tonka bean, and vanilla. This is very much a 70s fragrance for me, and let's see, shall we? It starts with this very of its time, dry, slightly sharp aldehydic opening. Okay. There's a little bit of greenness, a little bit of like aromatic vibe from the sage, which is quite present in the opening too. But it's very dry. The aldehydes are very, very in charge, and they stay there for quite a while. Actually, the aldehyde in this stands around, making itself known for quite some time. The sage too. I get quite a lot of sage in this, clary sage, that is. Aromatic, dry at the top, and then you begin to notice the tobacco becoming a lot more warm. It's not a wet tobacco for me. It's quite a dry tobacco, you know, like someone's put some in the pipe and then forgot to light it. And then the main body of the perfume, a large portion of this perfume is the iris, sandalwood, jasmine kind of, I don't want to use the word concoction. What can I use? Syrup. I get quite it's a syrupy vibe from this iris, sandalwood, jasmine thing. It's very, what now smells dated. It's very good, don't get us wrong. I'm not saying this is a bad perfume, because it's not. It's a brilliant perfume. But it smells very much like the late 70s and the early 80s. It's slightly narcotic to me because of that syrupiness. It's thick and rich in the mid and into the base too. I get a little bit of that. Sometimes iris, when you use a lot of it, can be quite furry and warm, a bit dense. And it's like that here. It's a little bit musky too. And that sticks around for a long time, that mid. As that starts to recede, you're left with this vanillic, musky, tonka bean, warm, deep, rich base. With a little bit of oak moss in there, just to keep it from becoming too much. I used to wear this, and as you can see, I've worn, this is a 125ml bottle. I used to wear this quite a bit, and I got to the point where it was actually making me feel a little bit sick. There are some other fragrances that I've got like that, where they're a little bit too sweet or a little bit too rich. And they're from the 70s and 80s, and because they were like that because when you would wear an aftershave or a cologne or something, it had to push through the smoke in the social situations that you would go to, because everybody smoked all the time, you know? So that's why these perfumes are so verbose. They're so strident, potent, thick. And this is no different. The performance is nuclear. The modern version is actually really good too. But it's not quite like this. You can tell the materials used in this are superior. And it's a fantastic effort. Lagerfeld was obviously in charge of Chanel at the time, but he always had his hand in his own brand. Never involved in the perfume making for Chanel though, which I always found very interesting. There are many references. There are many references from Lagerfeld where he's asked about Chanel perfumes and stuff, and he says that's nothing to do with me. So I imagine Jacques Polge had free reign to basically do what he wanted at Chanel with the perfumes. Things like Antace. Antace came out 3 years after this. Coco, which came out after this. Very interesting setup. So this is Karl Lagerfeld and what he thinks is a masculine perfume. This was used by Al Pacino in Scarface to help him get into character. I don't know if I see that or not. I always found that a funny one, but kind of shows you what it means. It's like a rich man's cologne from the late 70s. And that's about it, friends. Thanks very much. I will see you all again soon.